Hi everyone, it's Matt here from Greatness Everyday, and in this video I'm excited to give you a quick exercise that's going to help you identify what your main and top values are, and that's going to be something you're going to use on the daily to drive your decisions, all right? This is an exercise that a mentor of mine had me do a few months ago now, and I've really found that since I did this exercise, I've really gained clarity from the beginning to when I've done this now, and it's really helped those decisions that I've made since doing this exercise. So I took some time, I learned it, I did it, I've lived with it and experimented with it, and I wanted to share this exercise with you because I feel it's going to be extremely valuable for you. So the biggest thing for me is it helps me identify what are the most important things in my life. So now that I know and I've identified what my values are, it helps me better the ability to say yes to things that serve those values that I have for the things that I want to accomplish in my life. And it helps me greatly when things come into my life that don't or aren't in line with the values that I have. It helps me say no, and it's way easier to do that. And I think that a lot of us, me speaking from experience, we need to say no to more things, whether those are attending events, whether those are hanging out with certain people. We need to say no to things that don't serve us way more often. And I like to think of it personally as a compass. You know what your values are. You're able to guide kind of through your life using the values. Once you identify them, it's a lot easier to know what they are. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. There are very long, drawn out, and very detailed exercises that you can do. But I'm going to give you a really easy exercise here that will only take 5, 10, 15 minutes. I encourage you to go to a quiet spot to do this after some time where you're really in a good spot where you are able to really think deeply about this exercise and what is most important to you. So the exercise is simple. The exercise is I want you to list as many things in your life that are important to you. So maybe you're going to come up with your top 5, 10, 15, 20 things, just anything that comes to your mind that's important. I want you to write that down just in a bullet form, point form, doesn't matter. Just write those down on a piece of paper. And then after you do that, I want you to go ahead and maybe group some of them. So maybe you would write down things that are important to you, like exercise, having a good quality, healthy diet, and getting enough sleep. Maybe you could put an umbrella term for those 3 things as health and wellness, or just health. All right, so maybe you can combine a few of those things that you've identified as important things in your life, and maybe you can umbrella those. So what I want you to do after you do that, I want you to go through, let's say you have a list of your top 10 values. What I want you to do is go through and identify what are the 3 or maybe the 4 most important values that you have. Right? It's really important that you're able to identify a bunch of different things that are important to you, but then I want you to go through and say, what are my top 3, 4, 5 values that you have in your life? So for me personally, when I did this exercise, I identified a few things as my top values. I identified my faith. That's very important to me. I identified my relationships with family and friends and everybody else that comes in my life. I identified as well the constant ability or the constant desire to be improving myself, as well as challenging people to do the same. So that would be my 3rd value. My 4th value would definitely be health and wellness. So that's a very quick activity that I'd really encourage you to do here at the beginning of the year or any time. I did it in October when I first kind of did this exercise, and it changed a lot of things for me. It's been a very valuable exercise. So I just definitely encourage you to make the time so that you can do that. There's definitely a lot of people out there that know way more about values than myself. Joel Brown has some great exercises that you can do. I'd encourage you to check him out, as well as Tony Robbins. A lot of people in the personal development world talk about values, but those are 2 of the best in my opinion. So do a Google search on YouTube, follow them on Instagram, and you're going to get tons of good stuff there. So I hope that you do this activity. I hope you do this exercise. I'm sure that you're going to find it very worthwhile if you do take the time to do that. And I want to hear from you. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to those. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to find the answer for you. And I appreciate you watching this video. So if you liked it, if it helped you, please click the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Instagram for daily inspiration and encouragement to live a great life. You can also visit our website at www.greatnesseveryday.online. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.